WHCS Sports presents Eastern Regional Boys Basketball. The Bethel Bruins and the Norcom Greyhounds. From Churchland High School, good evening everybody. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz. We welcome you to Churchland High School for the game between the Bethel Bruins, the Peninsula District champions, and the Norcom Greyhounds. And Bob, this game should be extremely exciting as the Bruins, of course, have just garnered this incredible following at 24-3. The Greyhounds 19-5. This is a rematch of the Eastern Regional Championship football game, and there's a couple of players on both of these squads that are very familiar with each other.
Right. Number one is this O'Neill Sykes, who is the point guard for this Norcom team, was a wideout, and of course Allen was a quarterback on the Bethel team along with Kelly Rogers as a wide receiver. But this game is, a lot of people think, well, it doesn't make any difference. Both of these teams are going to the state anyway. It does. It gives you bragging rights. Norcom is still smarting from that beating that Bethel did to them after they thought they had the game pretty well salted away, talking about the football game. But you look at this stands, and we're talking a capacity crowd. Their seats are 41, 43. That's how many seats they have. There are people sitting in the aisles along the sidelines and in chairs on the side. Tim, this is a packed crowd, and it's, I would say 75% are Bethel supporters. And that is mainly because of a young man by the name of Allen Iverson, who there's been a lot of words written about Allen. Allen has done a great job. He has held his composure. I don't know that I could have done it being a 17-year-old like him, but he's got a tremendous supporting cast. Kelly Rogers, Dante Travis, Tony Rutland, Early, Gaither, just to name a few that have really come into their own. Allen has made them better just because of his presence. They work hard, he'll get the ball to them.
I understand in the game that Bethel won against Maury last night and against Joe Smith, the parade All-American from Maury, that truly Iverson was superior in his passing more so than he was in his shooting. And that lends my next point, that Allen Iverson is not just a scorer, and truly is. He averages 32 plus, but he does so many other things with the ball, and he gets his teammates involved. So I think
he drove to the line last night, and I watched the game 2 or 3, you know, and I talked to people about it, but he'd draw the line, drive the line. 3 people would suck off onto him, and he'd drop the ball off to Kelly or somebody underneath the basket. Great passer.
We're about set to have the starting lineups introduced for the Greyhounds as well as the Bethel Bruins. I believe those are the first young player is for the Greyhounds, Ahmad Wadsworth. Aries Early will be introduced for the Bethel Bruins. Aries Early does not score a lot, does not do a lot of obvious things, but his rebounding has been very important to this Bethel Bruins team. For the Norcom Greyhounds, number 20, Elgrin Green. And for the Bethel Bruins, number 22, Lovett Gaither. Marcus Jenkins, number 50 for the Greyhounds. Dante Travis, who suffered a ankle sprain, but will play and will start.
It was just a slight sprain. I went over and talked to Coach Bailey, and he said it was a slight sprain, but Kelly Rogers is questionable. They're not going to hurt a player playing a ball game. If he's hurt, they're not going to play.
Kelton Edmonds, number 23 for the Greyhounds. Tony Rutland, number 4 for the Bethel Bruins. O'Neill Sykes, number 3, the final introductee for the Greyhounds. And for the Bethel Bruins, Allen Iverson. Bubba Chuck. Head coach for the Bethel Bruins, Mike Bailey. For the Norcom Greyhounds, Barry Hamler. The Greyhounds beat Booker T. Washington handily, 94-79. There you see the Bethel Bruin lineup. And Morey was the victim by 2 points in a very exciting ball game with the Bethel Bruins.
Tim, I do want to mention these assistants for Bethel. Findolf Taylor has been over there a long time. He's a JV coach, and one of the assistants, Bobby Granger, is over there. J.D. Daniels, Ron Moore, Ray Burton, and of course our own Gary Moore. And Mike Bailey will tell you that a lot of the credit for Bethel goes to these people, and I want to make sure that I mention them tonight.
Absolutely. 4 8-minute quarters in high school basketball, no shot clock. And other than that, the rules are pretty much as you might have expected them to be. Our officials for tonight's game, Bob Cockrell, Ted Daughtery, and Manny Upton. Referee is Bob Cockrell. He is the young man with the basketball, and he is one of the better officials in the Eastern region. So this is the one everybody's been wanting to see, and it is set to go. Bethel Bruins and IC Norcom. Controlled by the Bruins as Allen Iverson got the tip.
The crowd will go wild every time Allen does something.
Iverson short with a jumper, got his own rebound, no good. And a foul inside. This is going to go against the Bruins. I believe that'll be against Early. Aries Early, number 25, his first.
Did you mention the officials tonight? Yeah. Okay, I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. We have a malfunction and a ball almost on the turnover, saved by the Greyhounds. We do apologize. Bob's headset, or at least a headset, was not functioning, so Bob has been gracious enough to use the handheld and will have difficulty hearing me, but we'll do the best we can. Certainly when I'm looking this way, you'll never hear me. Locked inside, but O'Neal gets it, puts it up, no good, and the Bruins will have the rebound. Dante Travis down for Tony Rutland. He couldn't get the ball to Early in the lane. Rutland with the shot, no good. Could be a high-scoring ball game. Both of these teams like to run.
Both of these teams like to run, Tim.
And turn it over as the pass inside was too low for Ahmad Wadworth. Ball didn't come up to him, so.
It was a flat pass. It didn't get a good bounce on it.
This is Bubachuk, gets a pick from Early. Three-point attempt, no good. And back come the Greyhounds. Nice feed underneath the basket. Marcus Jenkins for the first points of the ball game. This is Rutland for 3, too long. Chase down in the corner. Dante Travis, no good as the Bruins come out stone cold. 4-3, off the rim, no good. 2 Bruins had it. This is Iverson. Iverson still has it. Got Rutland. Behind the back to Rutland in the jam.
Oh, showtime.
Iverson called for his first. Two, 6:21 left in the first. You're watching the Eastern Regional Championship.
They're calling that a shooting foul, Tim. And I'm not too sure about that. He looked like he stripped it, but I'm sitting here, I don't have one of the striped shirts on.
Kelton Edmonds at the free throw line will get 2 shots. And Edmonds misses the first. As well as the second. So the Greyhounds missed the first 2 free throws. And the Bruins, Travis will try the jumper, no good.
Bethel's a little short on their shots right now. They're taking good shots, they're just not hitting them. So watch out.
And the Greyhounds miss. Iverson fouled in the backcourt.
Did you see that spin move that Allen put on? They're trying to get fouls early on Allen because they know he likes to get the ball and bring it up the court. He is so quick, his reactions are so fast. that if you blink your eyes, you're going to miss it.
This is Iverson. And the ball knocked away by the Greyhounds.
That could have been a foul, very easy. It looked like he went over the back. He'd be in number 30, Wadsworth.
Most times that'll get you a whistle. And then Wadsworth pushed off inside. I don't know whether they picked that up or not.
They may let him play, let him get away with a little contact.
In and out. Bruins not hitting. Sykes with the basket. O'Neal Sykes. Greyhounds lead by a pair. Tony Rutland fakes, puts it up, no good. And the Greyhounds.
Bethel's hurrying their shots a little bit. You're going to see some outstanding plays from both teams tonight. And pardon me if I just kind of sit back and watch some of it.
It will tend to make you do that. You saw a shot of Barry Hamler, the head coach for the Greyhounds, a moment ago. Edmonds will fire it up, no good, and Iverson high to get the rebound. Bubachuk has it stolen. Green on the steal. Wadsworth with the 2, and the Bruins trail by 4. Bethel has been ice cold. Corner Rutland, a streak shooter. A 3.
And that's what you'll see. Tony can hit those 3-pointers.
The other way, Aldrin Green for 2. This should be a kind of a fun game because both of these teams go to quarterfinal action regardless of the outcome. Certainly you want the better seeding, but they can be a little looser than they can in games where you're eliminated if you lose.
Right, and that's why they can play a little bit out of control because of that fact.
There you see Mike Bailey. Great season the Bruins have had, and the basket scored by Green. Eldrin Green has 4 points, and the Greyhounds have a 5-point lead, 10-5, with a little less than 4 minutes to go here in the first half, or first quarter rather. Bubachuk gets a pick, shoots, hits.
He had to put a little more arc on that ball because of big number 50, and he got a great rotation.
And Wadsworth with another bucket. Good movement by the Greyhounds. Bubachuk drives the lane, dishes off. Early has it rejected. And a blocking foul will be charged.
That looked like a great possession by Dante Travis, but the official called blocking.
So Travis with his first. That'll be the third team foul. We'll get a chance to see this again as Barry Hamler looks at it. You're going to see Travis, well, toughest call in basketball, no matter who does.
You see that he was moving as the player went up, and you can't do that.
You have to allow him to come down, right? Green misses the first of 2. Greyhounds have the hat trick so far in free throw shooting, 0 for 3. And they finally connect on one. 13-7 in favor of Norcom. Tony Rutland from downtown, no good. And Jenkins with the rebound. O'Neal Sykes. Sykes pushed off and no call. Sykes for 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Inside Jenkins, the big man, can't get it and is blocked out of bounds. No, saved nicely on the sideline by Rutland. Over for Iverson. Iverson all the way. Goaltending. Rutland on the follow-up. It wouldn't have mattered.
Iverson.
That rim is going to get a workout tonight.
These officials really better be in shape. You're right, Tim.
13-9. Sykes in the lane, passes knocked away, and again Rutland does a great job of saving it, and then a foul in the backcourt. Jenkins.
That's two balls that Tony Rutland has saved that normally would have been out of bounds. And not only did he save it, jumped in there, caught the ball, and then looked for somebody on his team to give the ball to.
2:20 remaining, 13-9. The Greyhounds in front. Iverson off balance shot, no good. Follow is good by the new
Mackey, number 33,
Marcus
just coming
Mackey.
in.
Yep, just newly in the lineup.
Rebound.
Now they gave that to Early, but in fact that was Mackey. 4-3, no good. And Early saves it, no. It goes right to the Greyhounds, and then a foul is called on Early. That'll be second on Early. He was guilty of being in the wrong place at the wrong time there. Okay. 13-11, the Greyhounds. 1:49 left here in the first. Kind of a slow start for both of these teams, and that may sound kind of contradictory, but these two teams can score 100 points without any problem at all. Greyhounds with 94 last night in their victory over BTW. Rebound comes off in the hands of Lovett Gaither in the ballgame now for Bethel. Rutland hand check, gets away from his man and scores. 7 points for Rutland, and we're tied at 13.
Tony Rutland's a smooth player.
Sykes guarded by his like number Iverson, and a touch foul. Boy, that was it.
If you're going to call a touch foul, you need to call all the time. That was a bad call in that they haven't been calling it all night. Why do you call it there?
That's two on Bubachuk early. In the lane, shot no good. Iverson with the rebound, and they are calling
it. There's a makeup call.
Yeah, this is ridiculous though to have these kind of fouls called. I mean, give me a break.
No, you're going to let them play. Let them play. Those are touch fouls. They didn't gain an advantage with that. Tim, we will pick a player of the game for the Bethel Bruins tonight. DC Engraving Sports Place player of the game. We'll talk about it a little later on.
Rutland. And Rutland is hand checked, so at least the consistency is starting to show, and the officials are calling it real close. And I have to tell you, this is not why this place is packed. It's not here to see the officials take the game away from these two teams.
Right, it's here to see these two teams play. You're absolutely right.
Iverson bumped heavily, no foul, my Lord. If they're going to call him one way, call him both ways.
No, that's unreal.
Don't get me started.
I don't want to pick on the officials.
No.
But
call them both ways. I mean, Iverson goes across the lane and gets hammered, no foul. He goes down the other way, and he barely gets a fingernail on the guy, and they call the foul. Watch this replay as you see Iverson. Now watch as he goes up right here. I mean, he is pushed by the complete body of, and that's not why there's a player at the foul line. This is another foul that was called and the other one not called. You'll see the replay, and here's where the foul occurred that was ultimately called. At the free throw line is Lovett Gaither, who connects for the first and gives Bethel a 1-point lead. Bethel had trailed 13-7 and have rattled off 7 straight here. But in the process, Iverson has picked up 2 fouls. Gaither connects on both free throws. Less than a minute to go in the first. Full court man-to-man pressure being applied by Bethel. Shot won't go. Rebound is loose, and who's finally got it? It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Bethel. Melvin Stevens in the lineup, number 44 for Bethel.
Dante Travis is coming back in for Mackey.
Actually, Iverson will come out for Bethel with a little more than half a minute to go in the first. Norcom down by 2. Lob pass inside is too tall, and that is a too tall order when Jenkins can't get to it. He's about 6'8". So Belichick came out for one play and replaces, in fact, Mackey, as you said, looked like he was coming out the first time.
Normally you would see a team keep the ball for the last shot, but not one of these two teams.
This is for 3, no good. Stolen, shot won't go. Jenkins follows, still won't fall. And a foul inside with 10 seconds. Wadworth is called for the personal. Rutland at the buzzer, no good. So we've played one period, a rather helter-skelter first period, but the Bruins find themselves leading by 2 after one, 15-13 over Norcom. And I would like to take this moment to address the situation here. Everyone, of course, on the peninsula is very much aware of Allen Iverson and all of the fine things he does on a basketball court and a football field. And he's been receiving a lot of mail as a result of this. And Gary Moore, our statistician, is alongside of me. And Gary would like to just take this opportunity to address some of the mail that Allen has received. Gary?
You know, Tim, Allen is very grateful to the many kind thoughts and the support that he has received from around the state and the Aberdeen community, and especially the warm words of encouragement sent by Ms. Ruth Hintz. He wants to thank all of these individuals from the bottom of his heart. That was very kind support that he has received in the past months.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
Okay, and we echo those thoughts. Allen has received an awful lot of support, and Gary is Allen's guardian and a long-time big supporter. Gary could not be a stronger supporter of this young man, and just wanted to thank the fans on behalf of Allen. First period, the statistics, not what you'd expect. 6 of 21 for Norcom, 6 of 22, just about 27-28% shooting for each of these teams in the first quarter. And then we have a foul on Rutland. So the touch fouls will continue to be called, and this is a shame. I don't want to see anyone spill any blood, but let them play. Shot doesn't go, and Rutland has the rebound. To the officials' benefit, I think they're trying to keep the game as well in control as they can, but in their overzealousness to do so.
Nice ball movement that time by the IC Norcom group. 3 passes.
15 all. Iverson, and he is fouled in the lane. Foul will go down against number 20. That'll be
And that
Green.
was almost a late foul. Excuse me, Tim.
2 shots coming for Iverson. Iverson had 4 in the first period. Rutland with 7. Gaither with 2, and Mackey with 2. Get a chance to see this one again as you see Iverson drive the lane and then get hit pretty soundly, and the foul called. Early will come back in for the Bruins, replacing Melvin Stevens for Mike Bailey's Bruins. Iverson hit the first free throw, and a chance now at the second, and it's nothing but net for Allen. Hit a couple of big free throws last night with 9 seconds to go. Inbounds pass is intercepted by Iverson, but Iverson has it stolen from behind by Sykes. Iverson back on defense, has 2, and picks up his 3rd.
Ooh, that's a big foul. That's number 3 on Allen.
You know, you just see that happen so often where you'll commit a turnover and the guy who committed the turnover in an effort to make up for it goes back and fouls. Now you're going to see what happens right here as Iverson gets back well on defense. He is there. In fact, he beats Sykes to the basket, but then reached in and got him on the arm, and it was a good call. He truly got him. Not a good choice on Iverson's part, but he remains in the ball game with 3 personals. Rutland to Early. Kick it outside. Iverson will put it up from 16 and hits. 8 points for Bubachuk. But with 3 personals, he's got to be careful. Sykes and Iverson, yep, just like I said, he's got to be careful. So what does he do? He makes a spectacular defensive play.
He doesn't stop playing.
He plays like he's got no fouls, and in fact, he has 3. No good on the shot, and a foul in the backcourt, and that took a second for it to get whistled. Clinton Williams whistled down for the personal. And it's interesting that this one official makes all the calls. I saw him last year, if I recall, and I think the same game was called.
He is not a very good official. I don't know how come he keeps getting to call these games at the regional level.
But his whistle seems to be the only one that's working right now.
Well, and he seems to like he wants to become part of the game. Let the 5 ball players play the game.
At the free throw line, and that's the last I'll say about it, hopefully. Aries Early at the free throw line on the 1-and-1, misses the front end and will not get the bonus, obviously. Nice play in the lane, hook shot by Green. He's got 7, and the game is tied at 19. Bubachuk gets a pick, shot for 3, hit it.
He's going to step up offensively. He's got to slow down a little bit defensively, you would think.
You would think. I thought he would too. Jenkins too strong with the shot. Early has the ball and draws the foul. So now we know Cockrell's whistle works too.
Well, they're being consistent with the touch fouls.
That's 2 on Jenkins. Both teams over the limit with almost 6 minutes to go in the half.
Tim, we are going to pick a player from the game.
Here's Iverson.
From the Bethel Bruins. We're going to give him a T-shirt and a plaque. The shirt comes from Sports Place located in Hampton Woods Plaza on Big Bethel Road. Dave Chubb is the man there. And the plaque comes from DC Engraving located at Tab Square and Route 17. Buckwalter, Dave Buckwalter's young man out there.
Aries Early hits the first on the 1-and-1. He'll get the bonus. And he does. So the Bruins now have a 5-point lead, and the ball almost stolen by Rutland. Bruins putting good pressure. The Greyhounds do get it across the 10-second timeline.
Dante Travis is normally their best ball player defensively. And you got him now guarding O'Neal Sykes.
Aries Early gets his 3rd here in the first half. Get a chance to see the block here, and then the foul that occurs after that. At the free throw line, Marcus
That's a new style,
Jenkins.
Tim. 1 sock up, 1 sock down. Unique. Some kids don't wear any socks. Some wear 2. He's got a long and a short.
Jenkins wants to make sure he's in vogue one way or the other. In the lineup now for the Bruins, Scott Rowe, number 42. And he'll replace Aries Early, who will check out. Early with 3 fouls. Allen Iverson playing with 3 fouls with more than 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Bruins up by 4, make that 3. Dante Travis in for Rowe. Rowe has his shot. Blocked nicely by Jenkins. 4-3, no good. Rebound by Jenkins, no. They're going to say he cleared out to get the rebound. Yep, that's who it is. Jenkins will be called for his third. So a lot of key players with 3 fouls now.
There's too many fouls. I mean, both teams. That's ridiculous.
You'll see the replay here. You'll see Rowe's shot is cleanly blocked by Jenkins. And then the Greyhounds go the other way. Left-hander Rowe will get the bonus as he hit the first. Right here, you're going to see Jenkins get the ball. Boy, I didn't see any foul by Jenkins there. In honesty, you try and call this game as fairly as you can. Scott Rowe with both. I did not see on the replay Jenkins clear out with his arm as he was charged, but it's a shame. 26-21, the Bruins. Sykes. Iverson with position and the rebound. In the ballgame now is Torrance Oxendine, number 54. And Bubachuk throws it away as he thought Travis was going one way and Travis went the other. 26-21 with 4:52 remaining in the first half. Bethel on top, stolen or almost stolen by Rutland.
Tony Rutland, very underrated defensive ball player, and he's much quicker than he looks.
Iverson has to be careful. He's got 3. Oh, what a move, and that should be goaltending. That will count. Cannot mess with that ball on its downward arc. So the Greyhounds steal the ball at midcourt. And Bubachuk had it but can't hold on to it. There should be an offensive foul, and one is called.
I'm dumbfounded. The officials are trying to become the show tonight. I would not want to have a striped shirt on tonight.
Bubachuk, he is fouled, so the fouls continue to mount. That was a good call. Anthony Linton bugged Iverson on the way in. Boy, talk about killing the game, huh? Take the air right out of the ball.
And you're taking the teams out.
Very unfortunate. Iverson misses the first on the 1-and-1. Will not get the bonus. Back come the Greyhounds. O'Neal Sykes, and it's tipped out of bounds by Travis by Bethel.
That was good defense on the Bruins that time. There was a 2-on-1, and they got back into the lanes and stopped the pass.
Inbounds for Sykes, and Sykes has 6, and it's a 1-point Bethel lead. Nice bounce pass for Rutland. It doesn't go. Follow-up shot goes, and the foul is called.
Good job. Nice job, because he stayed with it. Did not lose his concentration.
Foul was called on.
Levitt Gaither got the start tonight because Kelly Rogers' ankle is sore.
Dominic Boone was actually called for the foul. There you see a real good look at Levitt Gaither, and he completes the 3-point play. 4-point Bethel lead. Oxendine with a nice move to the basket. Bubachuk can't get it to drop. Foul called. This one goes against Green. That'll be his third.
You may be able to stop him one-on-one once in a while. You may be able to take the ball away from him once in a while. But 99% of the time, he's going to either get a shot off or he's going to blow by you. He's being double checked.
3 of 4 from the free throw line for Allen. 12 points unofficially in the first half. Averages 32 plus. And again, the Bruins lead by 4. Nice alley-oop play underneath.
Nice alley-oop.
Eldrin Green on the receiving end with a pass and the easy two. Rutland gets a pick, fakes, shoots. It won't go, but he'll get 2 shots. And yeah, that was the look I had a little earlier from Mr. Oxendine. What, are you kidding me?
Who, me?
Me? That's a good thing they don't have the 2-shot shooting situation after 10, or we'd be here all night.
They'd be shooting you all night almost.
Here's the alley-oop play by the Greyhounds, a play that Bethel fans are very familiar with. That's a play that they use with Rutland and Iverson. This is Tony Rutland. Rutland, first trip to the free throw line. He has 8 points unofficially in the first.
And a lot of people forget to realize this young man's got a plate in his leg. He broke his leg, and they didn't think he would be able to play until after the first of the year, and he's been playing all year long. Worked real hard to rehabilitate it.
Traveling call against O'Neal. I was waiting for the foul to be whistled, but it wasn't. So the Bruins by 4. They want to push it up quickly. Rutland, he'll take the 3. He'll hit it. Tony Rutland gives the Bruins a 7-point lead, and the Greyhounds almost turn it over, and they do turn it over. O'Neal says, well, look, Cockrell, you got in my way. The Bruins quickly by the Greyhounds not being ready. 3 for Iverson.
Norcom wants a timeout, Tim.
Barry Hamler says, wait a minute, I don't want to watch any more of this. Right, 2 plays, the Bruins go from a 4-point lead to a 10-point lead that quickly. And, you know, this has been a really slow-paced game, and we're still looking at 40 points for the Bruins here with still more than 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. So the pace is picking up a little bit. It was only a 15-13 game after 1. But Iverson is warming as is.
Here's that shot, Tim. Watch where he shoots it from. That's NBA range almost.
But certainly college. And that's nothing but net.
Oh, what a beautiful shot. Tim, both of these teams can score. Last night, Norcom scored 90-some points. Well, Bethel will let you score 90 because they'll score 100. I mean, that's just the kind of team they are. They can put some points on the board very, very quick. One of the younger fans in attendance to this packed house here at Churchland High School, a beautiful facility. We were here last year for the regionals, and just cannot tell you how nice this facility is. It's a shame that the Peninsula doesn't have a facility on the high school level, at least, that is comparable. So the Greyhounds, after Barry Hamler says hold everything, let's take a brief timeout, bring it up the court. They find themselves down by 10 after 2 threes in a row by the Bruins. Oxendine, the left-hander, no good. Follow shot is no good, but a foul underneath. This one, I believe, will be whistled against Gaither. The bigger guys for Bethel, those underneath the basket, are going to have to do a better job of blocking out. And, of course, I'm talking about Melvin Stevens and Scott Rowe.
Watch the replay here.
Levitt Gaither, they've got to block out and not let the Greyhounds get those offensive rebounds.
And there you see a good example of bad positioning by the Bruins. Free throw is good by Ahmad Wadworth. He's got 7. And the lead now is 9 for Bethel. So Wadworth hits both free throws, and Iverson will bring it up for Bethel. Great quickness. He is hammered at the attempted shot. He'll get 2. Wadsworth with his second.
You're not going to stop him. You may swap the shot, but you're going to put him on the foul line for 2.
Watch this again. Look at this quickness. He just blows right by you, and then once he gets by you, he makes you foul him. And Iverson rarely missing from the free throw line, misses that one, but he'll get a second. The Bruins having to use Scott Rowe a little more than normal with early on the bench with 3. And Iverson misses both free throws. And then the second foul rather on Gaither is called. Mike Bailey looking on as he is still trying to figure out how to combat this quick whistle. 1-1 for Ahmad Wadsworth. He is 2 for 2 from the free throw line. He has 8 points in the first half. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz coming to you with the Eastern Regional Championship game. This game videotaped on the 6th of March, 1993. The Bethel Bruins and the IC Norcom Greyhounds as Wadsworth misses the turnover, though, gives the ball back to the Greyhounds.
Scott did not protect it.
And Green scores, and that lead of 10 is now 5. Iverson dishes Rutland for 3, no good. And last touch out of bounds by the Bruins. 2:01 remaining in the first half. An awkwardly paced game, if I could describe it as such. Both teams like to run, but the officiating has been very closely called. 3-point attempt, good. A 3-pointer for Green.
That quick.
So 8 straight points. Iverson tries to end that, and he does with a 3. That's what he did against Ferguson up at Fort Eustis. 3 the other way, doesn't go. Ball loose inside. Out comes Iverson. He's got one man down court. It's not to the Bruins' advantage, but Iverson goes anyway. And a foul underneath. If that's on Gaither, that will be 3. So Gaither gets called for his 3rd, and he will check out of the ball game, and in his place will come Melvin Stevens. So Gaither and Early and Iverson, the 3 of them have 3. Iverson, the only one of those 3 in the ball game still. 42-37 at the free throw line is Wadsworth. He is 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. Misses the front end of the 1-1, and then a foul on the rebound to Oxendine. And that'll go the other way.
We've been parading to the foul line, and I don't like that. I like to watch the kids play basketball.
Well, I think 4,200 other people here agree with you, but the officials have chosen to call it this way, and to their benefit, they have been consistent in their closeness of the way they've called it. For the most part, anyway. So Stevens with his first point of the game, and he'll get the bonus. 43-37. 1:16 left. Of course, the score is going up now because the free throw shooting continues to mount up. Stevens misses it, and Iverson tried to tip it but couldn't control it. 4-3, in and out. Iverson go down hard, and underneath, and Stevens was out of bounds. Sykes for 3, no good. Offensive rebound. And another offensive rebound. This one tapped in by Wadsworth. And Iverson is checked and fouled by Eric Pope. So even the Pope is being called for fouls tonight.
Well, I tell you, Tim, if they get too close to you and me, we'll liable to get whistled.
17th team foul just called. 17 against Norcom. Iverson with 19 points at this point. Make that 20. In the lineup will come.
That's a smart move. You take Allen out
Marcus
49 seconds ago, no chance he's going to pick up a fourth.
I couldn't agree with that move. And to his benefit, he's played almost the entire first half with 3. I mean, he picked up his third early. Ball blocked inside, and Rutland gets the loose ball. Bruins by 6. You know, Iverson isn't the only one out there that can handle the ball for the Bruins. Travis, half a minute to go. Travis pumps short. And Scott Rowe called for.
Whistle.
Fans, the natives are getting restless here. They've had about all of this they care to see.
I wouldn't want to have on a striped shirt.
I mean, really.
How many fouls have been called? You got the number?
Well, let's see. How many collective fouls have been called? I know there were 18 against the Greyhounds so far. Both teams have how many fouls so far called against them in the game? 17 against the Greyhounds. Do we know how many against the Bruins? 12. So we got 29 first half fouls. And in and out, Wadsworth has missed 3 in a row. 20 seconds to go. 6-point Bethel lead. And hopefully the second half will not be dominated by the officials. And Rutland gives it up. And the jam by Green to end the first half. So the Bruins, led by 10 at one point, find themselves leading by just 4 at halftime. And we have played 16 minutes here at Churchland. We'll return with the third quarter of action and our halftime statistics after this brief timeout. There you see the halftime score. The Bruins 45. By the way, Norcom for our for the spelling of Norcom, it's C-O-M. Just out of curiosity, Bev, I meant to mention that to Bev Pan a little earlier. N-O-R-C-O-M. For the Greyhounds, they in the first half were paced by Elgren Green with 18 points, 8 of 21 from the field. And second leading scorer was Ahmad Wadsworth with 11, as he hit 4 out of 5 from the field, 3 out of 6 from the free throw line. The Greyhounds turned the ball over just 5 times totally in the first half, but they hit just 37% of their shots, only 1 of 8 from the three-point range, and they hit 46% of their free throws, and they had a total of 30 rebounds to 29 for the Bruins, so the rebounding was very close. The turnover department, the Bruins turned it over 11 times, more than twice as often as the Greyhounds. The Bruins were paced by Allen Iverson with 6 of 13 from the field, and he hit 6 out of 9 from the free throw line for 21 points. Tony Rutland had 4 of 11 from the field, 2 out of 2 from the free throw line for a total of 12 points. And the Bruins had 5 of 11 from the three-point range and 12 of 33 from the field in total. They had 45% of the three-point shots, only 36% of their twos. Therefore, the Bruins should try and shoot more three-point plays.
Well, that's what makes sense to me.
Foul troubles, yes, there's some foul troubles, all right. Allen Iverson, Lovett Gaither, and Aries Early have 3 personals each. On the other ledger, personal fouls find Edmonds, Wadsworth, and Jenkins all with 3 for the Greyhounds. 29 personal fouls called in the first half against the 2 teams collectively.
Tim, before we get started, I want to make a real quick announcement. Bob Stolnecker, who is a great fan of this Bethel Bruin team, had a hip replaced. He's now at Riverside. And, of course, he's listening to the game on radio, but we want to wish him and all the fans of Bethel want to wish him a very speedy recovery.
All right. The officials have returned. The teams have returned. The word has been given to the officials that they are calling the game too tightly by probably more than one person.
Well, who was the one we know that said that?
Gary.
Oh, Gary Moore.
Gary said, look, I don't mind if you let both teams play, but let both teams play. So,
see what you got to do. The kids can adjust to the play.
Well, more importantly, let them play. As long as no one's getting hurt, let them play. But anyway, that's all I want to say about it. I'm going to hopefully see a different approach. I've had my word with the officials, so hopefully they'll heed it. 45-41. The victor is given the better seeding in the regionals, as the turnaround jumper is good by Dante
Travis can step up. He's a good defensive player, but he also can score.
That's his first points of the ball game. And the Bruins lead by 6. And Rutland does not start the second half. Gary very astutely noticed that. And Green continues his hot shooting as he connects. He's got 20 in the corner. Travis over for Mackey. Mackey is fouled, and then the ball.
He got mugged. He being
and
Marcus Mackey, and no call.
And then he committed a
Give
foul.
me a break.
And they give it
consistent, huh? Excuse me, Tim.
That's okay. Iverson with the ball. Iverson inside. And the ball knocked loose. Stolen by Iverson. Iverson will shoot from 18. Hit and got the roll. So Bubachuk with 23. He's playing with 3. This is O'Neal off the glass for 2.
O'Neal Sykes is a right good ball player.
And Iverson is fouled by Sykes, his second. So I guess our words to the officials went on deaf ears. Remind me of a kid. Tell them not to do something, they try to do it that much more. Rutland rather, from the corner, hit the 3, no! No, a foul inside.
Sounded after the ball was in the air. How can he stop the whistle? How can he? Oh, give me a break.
The Gaither picks up his 4th. So the officiating continues to take center stage.
Stinks.
That was.
You made him mad, Gary.
Yeah, ball was in the air. Foul was called. Basket did not count, and it should have. Sykes with a nice move. O'Neal Sykes with the reverse layup, and it's a 2-point lead for the Bruins. Bubachuk double teamed, almost loses the ball, gets it back. He's double teamed, someone's open. That's Aries early, can't get it to drop. And Jenkins with the rebound for Norcom. They'll come up with a chance to tie or take the lead. Green, no good. And the ball chased down, but stolen. Stolen by Edmonds, and less touched by the Bruins.
Bethel's got some people that have not played that much, Tim, handling the ball, and they're just losing control of it. The game is very high intensity.
For 3, an air ball, and Rutland with the board. For Aries early, and early with the jam.
Nice pass by Tony Rutland.
Give the assist to Tony, the stuff shot for early. O'Neal. And it belongs to the Bruins. And the natives are getting restless at both ends of the court. Would not want to have a striped shirt on. I wouldn't want to be mistaken for an official.
No, me neither.
Bubachuk for 3 and a foul. Nothing called, but he got the 3.
NBA land. And Tony Rutland stole the ball.
Rutland for 3. Got it! He's fouled!
And he got fouled. Whoa! Bubachuk looked like he was mugging Tony. He's got a chance for a 4-point play, Tim.
And Hammer score wants a timeout. Here's the replay. And we'll get it for you in a second. That's what can happen.
I think Norcom wants to call a time. Watch this. This is Bubba Chucks.
Now watch what happens. He'll hit the three.
Now watch the steal if we have a continuation here. He throws the ball in. Look at
Rutland just picked it off. And
now he acts like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do, but look where he shoots it from. And then he calls a foul on that, and there was no foul on that.
So just like that.
While we got this break, let me go quick. We're going to pick a DC Engraving Sports Points player of the game from the Bethel Bruins tonight. That particular individual will receive a plaque and a shirt. The plaque comes from DC Engraving, located at Taft Square in York County on Route 17. Dave Buckwalter is a young man out there. The shirt, which is a real neat shirt, comes from the Sports Place located at Hampton Woods Plaza on Big Bethel Road, and Dave Chubb is the young man there. And if I can get Dave to show that shirt, maybe we can let the people see what it looks like.
Well, we'll try and do that when we can, but right now, of course, you saw up in the stands some of the dignitaries from the Hampton school system. I believe that was Superintendent Washington, among others.
Now we get a shot of the shirt and the crowd. That's not the shirt, but that's okay.
That's the boss. We get the boss picture on there first. So on that play, a fourth personal foul on Aldrin Green on Rutland's three-pointer. Make that a 4-point play.
7 straight points on 2 baskets and a free throw.
A 11-point lead. That is the biggest lead by either team in this ballgame. 58-47 with 4:50 to go in the third. Hope you're enjoying the ballgame. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz bringing it to you from Churchland High School, and a traveling call against the Greyhounds. Eastern Regional Championship game. The victor will get the runner-up from the Central Division. The runner-up takes on the Central Division champion, and a blocking foul is called against Edmonds. That'll be his second.
That's number 4, I believe I heard, on number 23.
Fourth team foul. Travis for Rutland in the corner. Rutland thought about the three, kicks it outside for Iverson. Iverson off balance, no good. Good rebound by Stevens, won't go. Iverson with the rebound, and Stevens finally puts it in. So Melvin Stevens, after Iverson got up and tore the rim halfway down. This is O'Neal. And a nice play by O'Neal Sykes. He impresses me with the way he handles that ball. 60-49. Bubba Chuck across the timeline. Dante Travis with a move, no good. Early with the rebound and the stick back.
Nice rebound. Bruins are hitting the offensive boards real hard this quarter.
Aries early with the board and the 2. This is Green. Green for 3, no good. Long rebound chased down, loose ball inside. Green has it stolen by Iverson. Iverson with nobody near him.
Go time, look at the crowd.
The crowd loves it. 15-point lead. Sykes, air ball. Iverson saves it, and no, he did not save it. And luckily for the Bruins, he didn't, because the ball was saved in bounds by Norcom. Travis will come out of the ball game now. You know, the Bruins, this has been overlooked by us, but the Bruins are doing this without Kelly Rogers, who is certainly one of the more important players on this team, who is sitting out with a badly twisted ankle. Nice move to the bucket again by O'Neal Sykes. He draws the foul. He'll get 2 shots. That was against Iverson, I believe, wasn't it?
No, it was not against. It was number 25, I think. Yeah, Early was the foul on Aries Early, Tim.
Okay, that is his 4th.
Probably 4.
Yeah, that's his 4th on Early. Okay, I knew there was a 4th foul, and I wasn't sure whether it was Iverson or Early. O'Neal Sykes misses from the free throw, and that's about the only thing he doesn't do well, or at least so far in this game. He's 0 for 2 from the charity stripe. But he has been brutal otherwise with 12 points and some real fine moves here in the second half. And he connects on the second free throw. 14-point lead for the Bruins. And the big man guarding Iverson, that's a mismatch. All alone, Rutland for 2.
Yes, what an assist.
And that's how Iverson really hurts you, because when you try and shut him down, he'll find his open teammate. Iverson playing with 3 personals. He's had 3 since early in the ballgame. And Iverson was tackled and couldn't get the call. He knocked the ball loose.
The best $4 ticket in town.
And the Bruins steal the inbounds pass. That was Marcus Mackey with the steal. Bubba Chuck with the 3-point dribble.
Allen feeds off the crowd.
For 3, no good. Jenkins, check that.
Had it gone in the crowd, we would have been bombarded.
Sykes off the mark. A minute 44 to go. 16-point lead. Rutland in the corner. Rutland will drive, put up the left-hander, no good. The ball is loose. Mackey gets it, and the Bruins will have it to start over. Iverson picked up his 3rd personal early in the first half and has played the entire game. And Scott Rowe, the pass just a little too hot for him.
Great pass, great pass.
Minute 15 left in the third, 66 to 50. 21 points in the third for the Bruins. Oh my goodness, oh what a terrible call. Forgive me for
How does the official from the other side call that, and there's 2 right there and they don't call it? I don't understand what this guy wants to, he wants to get camera time.
Rutland got all
and that's
ball.
Gary Moore's buddy too, right? I saw Gary shake his hand.
He was only a teammate on my softball team. Right now he's surprising me.
Watch this play, now watch this. Rutland got nothing but
Gary's
ball.
not claiming him as a buddy.
Nothing but ball. He was headed down court, Rutland was, and then he caught the foul. That's only the 2nd on Rutland. That's Green now. Green adds to his total with 21. Nothing but ball for Rutland on that last play. The phantom foul occurred. Green with 2. Iverson, Mackey in the corner for Rutland. Rutland will put it up. He was knocked down, no call. And the Greyhounds save it in bounds. This is Jenkins. Jenkins put it in.
Nice save.
Marcus Jenkins with a nice move across the lane. Iverson with about 30 seconds to go. He's tripped up in the lane. Only 3 team fouls against each team. O'Neal Sykes picks up his third. That is a player control foul. Now they'll allow the substitution. Yeah, why don't you guys get together here? That's a good idea.
Now we're going to have a conference. Did he hand him the ball or not?
Fourth personal foul. I stand corrected as Sykes now with 4. And Hamler, Barry Hamler, the coach over at Norcom, wanted to get him out of the ball game, wisely so. Rutland will put it off the glass, too strong. And a good job by Mackey to keep it alive. And inside, Stevens is hammered. He'll get 2 shots.
Allen is flying so fast to the basket to the ball. He's not getting it a soft touch off the ball. It's hitting the rim of backboard and firing off there. Stevens did a great job of a fake that time to draw that foul.
I believe Iverson will sit down. We watched the replay here. And again, the reason Allen will sit down is with 14 seconds to go, you don't want to pick up that 4th foul. 12-point lead for the Bruins. First of 2 by Stevens rattles out. Mike Bailey surveying the situation. Got a couple of players with real foul trouble. So far has been able to avoid anyone fouling out. Stevens misses both free throws, but the ball is stolen by the Bruins. Rutland, 8 seconds remaining. Tony for 3, no good. Jenkins with the rebound, out quickly for Green. Green throws it up, buzzer, and at the buzzer the ball is a little too strong. But the Bruins, after 3, they scored 21 points in the 3rd period, while the IC Norcom Greyhounds score 13. So an 8-point difference by the Bruins in the 3rd. A couple of 3-pointers, 1 for Iverson and 1 for Rutland in the 3rd. And Aries early picked up 4 points. 8 minutes remaining.
Tim, has the game been as exciting as you thought it might be?
No. Could have been if the team's been allowed to play you know, a little more than they have been. The officiating's been just a little too tight, and both teams have been restricted in their actions by that. And I understand the need to keep the game under control, but you know, in your efforts sometimes.
Well, and I can understand that too, but this game really means no more than a seeding situation. The officials should go ahead and let them play because both teams advance to the next level, which is the quarterfinals in the state.
Right.
And that's my contention. Not that they're calling it tight. If you're going to do it that way, the kids can adjust to it. You call it that way, both ends, okay. But
and you don't want a free-for-all either. We're not advocating either of those, but I agree with you. It's a shame because both of these teams are fun to watch. Certainly Bethel is a team we're familiar with, and all the information I have says Norcom can be just an exciting basketball team, and it takes away from it when you have foul after foul after foul. Shot missed by Eric Pope. Back come the Bruins. And Green almost saved it. Well, I tell you, Green has played a super ball game, and he gets a high five from Mike Bailey over at Bethel.
Coach Bailey said, I'm going to give you a high five because you cleared everybody. You could have wiped out my reserves.
That was interesting. I don't think I've ever seen an opposing coach give a high five to a player during a game. Iverson with the stick
nice
back.
Pass.
Nice
that was an assist.
That's the way you'd like it to look, but the air ball was picked out of the air. Iverson for the easy stick back. Inside it goes. Oxendine blocked by Rowe. Loose ball picked up, but the Bruins are going to get, well, they got it back? No. A little out of control. I'll tell you one thing, it keeps the fans on their feet.
That was a nice block by young Scott Rowe.
Yeah, he'll remember that one for a while.
Yes, he will.
7-11 left in the ball game. The Bruins by 14. Green tries to cut into that lead. It went halfway down and came out. Loose ball finally controlled by Oxendine and won't go. Tipped around, and the Bruins finally, Tony Rutland with the ball. He's triple teamed to the backcourt. He's got to have some mates open. Can't get it to them, though. Dish it off. Nice feed.
Nice dish by
Melvin
Tony.
Stevens. Tony Rutland with the assist. Stevens with the bucket. The lead back to 16. Pope gives to Green. Inside it goes to Jenkins. Back outside for Oxendine. Oxendine, the big man, off the glass, no good. And Bubachuk will bring it up. 3-on-1. That's the defense. Bubachuk scores and he's fouled.
That was a beautiful drive, concentration, kept his head up on the layup, and he was fouled.
Watch this one again. Bubachuk, he's 1-on-3 here, and now a move to the bucket, and he draws the foul. I'm not sure, but it would appear to me that Hamler, well, he's just brought in some new players here. It looks to me like he's more or less conceding the ball game. Bubachuk misses, but the follow shot is good by Travis.
20-point lead, biggest lead of the night, Tim.
74-54 with 6:11 remaining. The Greyhounds beat the Crabbers to get here. And the ball put in by Wellington Brett, number 52 in the ball game for the first time. Scott Rowe has trouble but gets it back and has his shot blocked. Back come the Greyhounds. Green drives the lane, shovels it up, no good. Jenkins with the rebound, and Rowe got him and the ball.
Let him play, let him play.
Yeah, getting a little bit excited here. Tony Rutland limps off the floor.
Rutland went off, Tim. He may have twisted an ankle or something.
Fortunately here's a little bit of the replay. Fortunately for both of these teams, there will be a full week between games. They will not play again until next Saturday up at Richmond. So any of those nicks and bumps and bruises and sprains will have some time to heal.
Right, and that's very important.
Back to the live action at the free throw line is Marcus Jenkins, as he has 7 points now as he hits the first of 2 free throws. Both teams still under the limit. Interestingly enough, the number of fouls have slowed down here in the second half. And Jenkins hits both free throws. 74-58, a 16-point lead for the Bruins. Iverson needs to get it across the 10-second timeline, just barely does so. He'll penetrate the lane and give it to you and take it back.
Here it is. There, no, it isn't. That's called
That's the old show me the ball and then take it back trick.
Showtime.
Been a while. I don't remember when.
And he was
There's been a player
double and triple team him, Tim.
I got to tell you, this kid's only a junior.
Yeah.
Sometimes we forget that fact. He's only a junior. Got another year to go. Ball is knocked loose, finally controlled. Well, it's given to O'Neal Sykes, and Sykes will.
It's a very scrappy team, this Norcom team.
Well, they haven't given up. Don't count them out of the game, but they're certainly having a tough time on a traveling call. Good defense by the Greyhounds caused the turnover.
Just a bad decision that time by Dante.
4:46 left, a 16-point deficit for the Greyhounds. A 3-point attempt, no good. Jenkins with the stick back, good. Marcus Jenkins has 10. Nice clear out,
nice
right
drive
side.
by Dante.
They saw that clear out. They posted a man down low and kind of ran interference for him, but they didn't do so moving, which would have been a violation. Good play.
Well, it could have been a violation tonight. We've seen a lot of calls.
That's true. O'Neal Sykes has warmed up here. He's got the 11 in the second half.
Excuse me, Tim. He is a real quality player.
Got 16 points, 17 points on the game. Iverson. Knocked away by Green, Elgren Green. Dante Travis inbounds to Bubachuk. Iverson for three, no good. Jenkins, outlet pass, knocked away, almost stolen as Dante Travis playing with a bad ankle, I should add. Hustling.
This game looks like is a 2-point difference the way these teams are playing.
Yep.
Good to see Tony back in, and if you can get a shot of it, he does have his ankle wrapped, his right ankle.
Sykes has it knocked away, wants the foul, doesn't get one. Batted around and tipped in nicely by Wellington Brett, number 52. Rutland, and Rutland committed a foul? Who? No, on 50, I was going to say.
That is 5 for that young man, Marcus Jenkins, and he has played a great game tonight for these
and I think he just got a tee.
Greyhounds.
Yeah, he just got a tee, which is his 5th, if it wasn't his 5th. So in previous years, the technical foul didn't count against your personal fouls, but this one does. And if he had 4, he now has 5. And Barry Hamler, equally upset with the officiating tonight, expresses his point of view. Wants to know what in the world, because I tell you, I didn't see the foul on either of them, really. The ball was loose.
The ball was just knocked out of bounds.
Yeah. But to the benefit of the officials on that play, they're right on top of it. We're all the way across the court. So Barry Hamler on your screen shaking his head, as I'm sure you might have expected he would. Rutland at the free throw line misses the first.
Missed the first one, man.
Tony hits the second one. So he's getting
First was the 1-and-1.
Right.
Now this is a 2-shot foul.
So Tony.
He needs to shoot him from 3-point.
Yeah. Tony only 1 of 3 that time, but the Bruins also will get the ball at half court. Leading by 13, 79-66. Bubachuk still with just 3 fouls, and I say just 3 because he's had 3 since early in the second quarter. Iverson with a pick. Won't go, and it's knocked out of bounds. Last touched by the Bruins. There you see the time remaining, 3 minutes, a 13-point Bethel lead. Alley-oop doesn't quite click. Had the right idea, but they couldn't hold on to it. Elgren Green, who had 18 points at halftime, has been held to just 4 here in the second. And that one should be called and will be called against Dante Travis, his 3rd.
They make it, and I don't know if they're just not concentrating, but they're really making some bad decisions on some passes. They being the Bruins. You just take your time. There's no big rush. Get the ball in. Make sure it goes into a player on your team.
Sykes gets the roll. That was a unique play. That ball crawled up the backboard. Iverson with that great speed. Can't get it to go down. Missed the jam, but boy, you give him a half a step and he'll make you look bad. The 11-point lead. This game is not over with, folks. The Norcom Greyhounds are still in it. It's now down to a 9-point lead. And there's a lot of time left, so don't.
And Bethel wants a timeout.
Yeah, they need a timeout because they have not played well in the last couple of minutes.
You can't lose your concentration. You get a 20-point lead, 18-point lead, 17. Now it's down to 9. That's 3 possessions, and you got to tie a game.
And you've got a Norcom team that can put points on the board very quickly, and the Bruins have gone cold.
Excuse me, how many does Sykes have?
Well, Sykes has added 12 here, 13 in the second half, so he's got 19 points.
Well, he seems like he scored more than that. I mean, he's been a real...
Well, he's been the force here in the second half. He's got 13 in the second half for them, while Green had 18 in the first half, has been held only 6 here in the second half. And Wadworth...
This is that missed jam.
Wadworth has yet to score after having 11 at halftime, so he's been held scoreless in the second half. But Sykes has held this Norcom team in the contest. And as I said, you need not lose your concentration here because more than 2 minutes remain, and that's plenty of time. You're down under double digits. You know that means a lot.
You got a lot of time, and this is a very scrappy defensive team out here for the Greyhounds.
The Bruins get the ball in to Bubachuk behind the back, but he can't hold on to it. Gaither couldn't hold the pass. Sykes for 2. It's 7 points. Don't warm up the car yet. Bruins need a score on this possession. Dante Travis splits the defense. And blocked on the baseline, but Aries early back in the game playing with 4, gets the rebound. Bubachuk, and Bubachuk is, what, fouled?
Now one call and a foul over here. Oh, okay.
Two shots for Bubachuk. Britt picked up the personal foul.
Good shot of the Bethel bench. Findolf Taylor and Mike Bailey.
And Iverson hits both free throws. 81-72, a minute 40 remaining. Green, who has been non-existent. Oh, there's a double dribble. My goodness, give me a break. Did you see that? He stopped his dribble, picked his dribble up, and shot it and didn't get a violation. Boy, what a terrible no call that one was. I wish we'd had that one on replay. So O'Neal Sykes. Checks out of the ball game. Early fouls out of the ball game with a total of 6 points on the night. Get a chance to watch this again. Now watch as he gets the pick here. Now watch. He stops his dribble and picks his dribble up again and doesn't get a violation. Put both hands on the ball and dribbled again and got no call.
I don't understand the officiating tonight. I really don't.
Well, that wasn't even close.
And what really makes it bad is you've got 3 officials, but they have not worked together before.
Yeah. And the one that should have called it was right there. He was right in front of the play. A minute 17. The Bruins up by 9, and there's your foul as Edmonds commits his 4th.
Bethel's going to make you foul me. With 1:15 to go, 9-point lead. Now you lose another player, number 23. Edmonds fouls out, puts Allen on the line with 2.
Let me look at Gary here and see. Mr. Iverson with 36 points, 13 rebounds, 8 of 12 from the free throw line. He's hit 12 of 25 for 48% of his shots. Hit 4 out of 8 from the three-point range for 50%, 5 assists, 2 blocks, and a steal. And Iverson kills you at the free throw line. He had 21 points in the first half. And he has added 16 to that total here in the second. A rare miss from the free throw line. And the ball, the last touched out of bounds by the Greyhounds. So the Bruins will have the ball. Mike Bailey would like to see, and they throw the ball into the backcourt. No violation, of course. Bruins trying to play a little keep away here. We're down to 60 seconds remaining. Bruins by 10. Rutland is grabbed by Clinton Williams for the foul.
Tony is probably the best free throw shooter, even though he missed 2 or 3 a minute ago. He's the man. If I want to put money on somebody shooting a foul shot, Tony Rutland is the man I want on the line. You got to take your hands off those people that stepped up for Bethel tonight. We just lost our power.
We lost our power again.
There are people that stepped up tonight that normally don't play.
And Rutland hits both free throws. (84-72). We've got our power back, we're happy to tell you. And the Bruins get the ball down for Tony. It's stuff time.
Showtime.
3-point attempt short. Green dishes underneath.
He got him with the body evidently because he had all ball.
All ball with his arm, that's for sure. Well, I got to tell you, a couple of years ago, we were over at Norfolk State for one of the regional activities, and I remember some real poor officiating in the game between Hampton and Maury. But this game would have to be real close to that as far as inconsistency of officiating. O'Neal Sykes with the free throw. I try not to get on the officials, Bob. I know you do too. That's not our purpose here, but
that's not our intent. But you take a poll tonight and you get 100% people said it was a lousy call ball game. We just lost the power again.
So unfortunately, the crowd, as it's filing out here, is tripping our power cord. I think they're still able to hear us, and we still got our picture.
Yeah, we just can't see what's going on unless we look at the game. We can't watch the TV.
But that's okay, because we're not watching TV. All right, we got it back. The problem is Gary's printer keeps going out on him here. So who's our player of the game here, Big Bad Bob?
Hey.
Yeah.
Who are you going to go with?
I'm going to go with Bubba Chuck.
Well, if you didn't, you and I would have disagreed because that's exactly who I'm going for.
All right. And another foul, this one by Williams. So the parade continues. 24 seconds remaining. And more importantly, the Bethel Bruins are going to be the top seed coming out of the eastern regions. There you see the story. They lead by 11. And they'll go again to the free throw line. Dante Travis at the charity stripe. He's got 6 points on the night. And he'll get the bonus. Travis with 7 points, 6 rebounds, 3 of 8 from the field. And he comes up a little short on the second free throw. Wellington Britt has 6. 87-77 with 12 seconds remaining. Again, we encourage all of you Peninsula fans to make the trek next Saturday up to Arthur Ashe Center in Richmond. Bubba Chuck with a steal and a jam.
Hey, If you can't get it by a pass, you steal it.
O'Neal Sykes.
All right.
At the buzzer, misses the shot, and the Bruins end up with 23 points in the fourth quarter to a like number of points for Norcom, as a 12-point difference after 3 is the difference at the end of the ball game. The Bruins of Bethel High School are the Eastern Regional champions, and they will host the second game next Saturday night at Arthur Ashe Center in Richmond. They will be hosting the late game. Here's the jam that ended the ball game. This was Iverson's steal and the power jam, and he makes it look like fun. Bob is working his way across the court. We hope to have a post-game comment from Mike Bailey, we hope. Final score, the Bethel Bruins 89, the Greyhounds 77. We are going to try and hang around here, I believe, for a opportunity to watch the awards ceremony. I'll be able to give you some final statistics here in just a moment. Just to recap while we're waiting for the opportunity, the next Saturday's games will find the Phoebus Phantoms girls team playing at 2:45 at the Arthur Ashe Center as Mike Bailey makes his way over here. Go ahead, Bob.
Tim, I got Coach Bailey. Congratulations, Coach. You've got to be real pleased with the bench tonight. I thought you had some kids that haven't played a lot come in and did a good job for you.
Yeah, we got major contributions and quality minutes out of the kids off the bench. And I guess what we've been telling our kids, 13 strong, you wait for your opportunity, and when your opportunity comes, like foul trouble was tonight, injuries with Kelly being out, Dante being hurt for a while, Tony Rutland hurt his back at halftime and right before half. And I'm real proud of all our guys, all 13.
Well, I thought they really did job because of Stevens and Scott Rowe and these guys coming off that haven't seen a whole lot of, but they come up, they block shots, they stole the ball.
Yeah, Melvin Stevens, Scott Rowe, Lovett Gaither's done all season long for us coming off the bench, Marcus Mackey. Our bench really contribute. We're only as strong as the base of the iceberg, and if you're, like I said, 13 strong, you have a pretty good ball club.
Well, listen, I want to again congratulate you. A great win the district. We're in the district tournament, win the regionals, and we'll see you Saturday up at the Arthur Ashe Center.
Yeah, I get a free ride to Richmond, our capital, so we're going to be doing a little touring. Hopefully we'll get the action taken care of on the floor.
Good enough. Congratulations, Mike. All right, Tim, let's go back over to you.
All right, thank you, Bob, and our congratulations to Mike Bailey on the Eastern Regional Championship by the Bethel Bruins, as they did a double whammy to Norcom this year. IC Norcom, of course, was the Bethel opponent in the Eastern Regionals in football, and Alan Iverson and group, they must think they're going to see Alan Iverson in their dreams, or at least their nightmares, because he has come back to haunt them both as a quarterback on the football team and, of course, here as a guard on the basketball team. Iverson with 39 points unofficially, 21 in the first half, 18 in the second half. 23 points for Tony Rutland. He had pretty equal halves also. He had 12 in the first and 11 in the second. 5 points for Gaither, 7 points for Dante Travis, 6 points for Aries Early, who fouled out but played a real strong ball game. 2 points for Marcus Mackey as well as Scott Rowe, and 5 points for Melvin Stevens to round out the scoring for the Bruins. Leading scorer for the Greyhounds of IC Norcom, 24 points apiece for Eldrin Green and O'Neal Sykes. Sykes with a big second half, 18 points in the second half. 11 points for Ahmad Wadworth. He was shut down completely in the second half. He got all those points in the first. And Marcus Jenkins, who scored 4 in the first half, added 6 in the second half to total 10 on the game. Wellington Britt, 6 points all in the second half. And Terrence Oxendine had 2 points. There you see
that's the shirt that we give away. And, of course, Bubba Chuck for this game gets it. Allen Iverson and Lakeisha Fred for the girls in the early game with the Phoebus wins the shirt. And we appreciate Dave Chubb showing the shirt. And you can see it says know the game on the front. It says it's not just a season, it's a way of life. And we put player of the game on this shirt, and we appreciate it, Dave.
But I guess, and again, the Bruins improved their record to 25-3. They will be the second game host next Saturday, which will be the 13th of March. And that game will be held at the Arthur Ashe Center in Richmond. Now, that's about an hour and 15 minutes away from the peninsula, so there's no reason that the number of fans that showed up for this game and have been following the Bruins can't do exactly the same thing. They may need to move that game over to the Richmond Coliseum.
They may want to go where they got some larger seating capacity, because this Bethel crowd, and I'm talking to you, a great following of the basketball team and the football team and the athletics over to Bethel. Coach Kozlowski did a great job with the football team winning the state. Mike Bailey is doing just an outstanding job with his assistants, and he'll be the first one to tell you the assistants don't get as much credit as they should. You know, he's got a great chance. We've got a great chance for the Peninsula District to end up with 2 state championships in basketball, Tim.
And, you know, if you add the football championship to that, it's a little reminiscent of that season when the Hampton Crabbers were able to duplicate the feat when they won the football and the basketball championship.
That was 4 years ago, and we'd love to see it again.
Yes, and, of course, the Phoebus Phantoms are the reigning state champions. They certainly have to be one of the favorites in that matchup that will take place up at the Arthur Ashe Center. The Phantoms, Mike Talon's team, will play the 2:45 game, we understand. Of course, check the Daily Press for the exact times of those games, but we understand now the Phantoms will play the second game in the afternoon next Saturday, and the Bruins will play the second game in the evening next Saturday. So 2:45 and at 8:45 for those matchups. The opponents to be determined. We've had the presentation.
Excuse me, Tim. Neither one of these teams have anything to be ashamed of. They both play good ball, and they'll represent the Eastern region real well in the tournament starting next Friday.
And that's a good point. Of course, the Greyhounds have a 19-6 record, but they're not over their season. So it's kind of difficult when you lose the championship like this, but you have to remember there is a tomorrow when you get to this level. The Greyhounds will be in that tournament next week, and they'd have a chance to avenge this loss should the Bruins and the Greyhounds advance. We're having the presentation of the awards to the Bruins. Let's see if we can pick up Bill Nettles and his commentary.
And this young man, Kelly Rogers, and Bill, now, what's Bill's last name?
Nettles.
Nettles. Said it right. He's hurt. He didn't play, but he's a well-liked ball player on this team.
Oh, let me tell you something. The fact that the Bruins won against a good Norcom team without him is a credit to this team. As you heard in the interview when Mike Bailey responded to your question about the bench, the bench was a big factor in this ballgame. No question about that. Young man being congratulated is Lovett Gaither, as he had another strong ball game. Dante Travis with a great game, 7 points tonight, and another strong game at both ends of the floor. Aries early.
With 13 points on the night, number 4, Tony Rothbard.
And those were all big points.
Well, they said he had 13 points, but he had 23 points.
We have him as 23, right?
Question in anybody's mind as to whether this young man is an All-American the last game that he played and put it into this for sure. He had 19 points in the semifinal. He ended up with 39 points tonight. Number 3, Philadelphia Bruins, Allen Iverson. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank all of you that have come out and been a part of the Eastern Region Tournament.
So there you have the introduction of the Eastern Regional Champions for the 92-93 basketball season. And the head coach, Mike Bailey, who just doesn't get enough credit for the fine job he's done with this team.
That's correct.
There you see a very happy Mike Bailey. And our congratulations to the Bethel Bruins, and onward and upward as they will go to Richmond for the quarterfinals. The final score again, the Bethel Bruins 89, the IC Norcom Greyhounds 77, the Eastern Regional Champion, Bethel Bruins. For Bob Hintz, this is Tim Cole. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.